Let's go over to the NFC.
Oh, baby.
Time to go to the NFC.
Oh,
and we will start with the game you were not at.
Yo, I was not at that.
Thankfully, because it was like, what, 23 degrees
I
there?
can handle it. I'm tough.
No, I don't know that you can do that, though. I saw you at some Notre Dame games, and you were very bundled up.
Very buttoned up.
Your gloves were giant.
Thank you.
Like 7 jackets and a scarf.
Yes.
It was cold in Green Bay.
Yep.
But that was a really fun game to watch because you got to watch two of the greatest that have ever done it.
Yep. No question.
The quarterback position.
Yep.
And with Russell Wilson, I was watching the game.
Right.
And it reminded me of playing a video game. You know how you would play a video game against the computer?
Right.
And you get out to a big lead.
Right.
But then the computer starts cheating, so it's not a blowout. And
Right.
it does stuff that it didn't do earlier.
Yeah,
in the
right,
game.
right.
It's like, oh, I thought this was going to be a blowout. That's like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
It's like you can never blow him out because he will bring his team back in the game, and he did it again in Green Bay.
He's unbelievable. And listen, there was no answers found by that offense when they came back. Okay, there was nothing like, oh, Brian Schottenheimer figured it out. No, it was just Russell Wilson going, all right, screw it, guys. I'm going to make it happen. And that's really all that happened. There's no other way for me to say it. The one thing I'll give Brian Schottenheimer and the Seattle Seahawks offense credit, hey, the receivers made some plays, did all that. At least the thing they stayed consistent with a little bit in the second half is play actions and boots still, a little, just to get Russell on the edge, a few completions here and there like that, got him on the edge for run pass, right? Or just getting out of the pocket to create some lanes, to make some throws. That was the good thing they did. But, like, you're right. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how they never feel out of it, and they shouldn't. But their offense doesn't know favors. It's almost like a role reversal. That's all I'll say before I cut you off. But, like, this is like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson 4 years ago, where it was the other way around, where I wanted to go, man, can they help out Aaron Rodgers? Does he have to do everything? And then I was like, Russell Wilson at least has a defense and a run game. Now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
You know, Rodgers has a little defense and a run game, and Seattle, it's just like, if Russ doesn't do it, they can't win a game.
They had more of a run game when Carson was playing before he got hurt.
But they've fallen apart in the run game. And the Packers did what we've been asking. They erred. They did not go like Johnny Meathead and go, we're going to stop Marshawn Lynch and put 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to run against us. No, they kept 2 safeties back. They played it really smart. They never really let them hit that big 60-yard post or anything like that. So I really give Mike Pettin a lot of credit for, not being overzealous. I think for seeing the big picture and maybe going, you know what, I think the only thing that can beat us is Lockett and DK Metcalf deep. Let's not let that happen.
Probably figured they could control the run game with the guys up front.
They did.
Which I think is the mistake that Seattle made early in the game, because you see, a lot of you got to establish the run game.
Yeah, right. Well, they're old school the way they approach it. I know.
7 plays into the game, 4 of them were Marshawn Lynch for 9 yards.
Right.
I think that was a mistake.
I hear you.
It's not like it's all equal, right? You can score touchdowns in the first quarter, you can score it in the fourth quarter, and they all add up to the final score. So if you're giving away possessions where you're like, if you have Russell Wilson and you know that he's your team.
I know.
From the opening whistle, you're in a playoff game in Green Bay. If you rush it 3 times the whole game because you got Marshawn Lynch and you just don't think you can do it, run it 3 times all game.
Yeah,
that would be my quibble with their game
I get
plan,
you,
and
your guard, one of your starting guards is not playing, and now the backup is not playing too. So you're on your 3rd string guard.
So you're not doing your best stuff early in the game, and it ends up losing by 5.
Yeah, this is a Seattle issue. They do this too much, and there's too much pressure on Russell Wilson, to where a lot of people I hear this too. Like, why doesn't Russell Wilson do this the way he's playing at the end is out of desperation. He's been backed into a corner, so he has to play that way. Like, he doesn't want to start out a game that way. When you start out a game plan that way, that's the day all of a sudden the scheme works and there was people open and you're like, man, you missed him, but you were too busy scrambling or running around.
Yeah.
Like, no, he lets it naturally come that way. And this is Pete Carroll. He wants to play through the run game and defense and all that. But, yes, it handicaps them in a game like this. It definitely did, because they ran into a team that was going, oh, okay, we don't think your run's that good. They stopped the big pass plays like we talked about. And then they had an offensive coordinator in LaFleur who had some creative things the first few drives, and Rodgers and Aaron Jones, and they made some plays, and all of a sudden you look up and you go, we're down 21-3. And now he's like, all right, I guess I got to let it go. And that's the frustrating thing about them, and that's the way they played all year. That's the way they do it. But, yeah, if they want to continue to play through Russell Wilson and he's going to be the star of your team, they need to have more pass concepts. They probably need to get another weapon at receiver. If this is the way you're going to play. Or you have to dramatically change and improve your defense this offseason, because that's the issue there too. It's just not talent. All the things we talked about with Seattle all year long, The secondary can't play man-to-man. Anytime they had to play man-to-man, what was it? Big play by Green Bay in a big moment. All those third downs at the end of the game, whatever it may be. They just don't have enough people that can do that. The scheme's predictable. They changed up a few things with the scheme this week. I'll give them some credit there. But, it's like at some point in the NFL, every team's going to see their kryptonite, and Seattle found their kryptonite on Sunday night.
Do you have to apologize for calling the Packers the worst number 2 seed you've ever seen?
Probably, yes.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, I just wasn't sure, yeah. I mean, I made a bold statement like that. And
they showed you something that you didn't think they would show you. You weren't surprised they would win this game,
I'm not
right?
surprised. No, I picked Seattle to win a field goal game. And I'm mad because I made bets with friends early in the week, and I took the Packers, and as I got to like Wednesday night and Thursday morning and I was going to have to make a pick, I overthought it and went over to Seattle. I went, Russell Wilson, Jadeveon Clowney, man, I just think they're going to make a play or two. And, there we were at 28-23.
It was like 4th and 1. You'd been going for it all year, and then you punt it in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Well, it's been 2 teams I haven't had a good feel for either way the whole year. And, I guess I just wasn't sold on Green Bay's toughness and whether they could win the games the way they've been winning them against a team like Seattle. I guess I had more faith in Seattle winning those type of games, but I was wrong, and my favorite quarterback ever proved me wrong, and I can deal with that.
Yeah, I want to talk about kind of the defense, too, for the Packers.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith.
Amazing.
2 of the most impactful free agents this offseason.
Right.
And they both had an impact in this game for the Packers. A 4-year deal for Zadarius for $66 million. Preston also got a 4-year deal for $52 million in the offseason. And then they both end up with career-high numbers and sacks. And you see what they did in this game. I mean, is it too simplistic to say those 2 guys are the reason that the Packers are moving on? At least what they were able to do to slow down Russell Wilson and that offense enough?
I think so, yeah. From player perspective, I think they changed the mantra of their defense and their team a little bit to be like, oh, no, we got more of a FU, in-your-face, physical personality on defense. The other guys I'd give credit to are Mike Pettin for having the vision to how to use them and probably tell a Gutekunst, like, hey, I'd love to get an outside linebacker like these 2 guys in free agency. They got it done, so Goody deserves credit. LaFleur for playing a style that fits Mike Pettin's defense too and having the vision to, a lot of things, whether it's the toughness through the run game, that's what he's instilled in the Packers, to also letting Rodgers have some leeway in the audibles. I mean, but I think those would be the things that, the Smiths, Patton, LaFleur, Goody, those are all guys who deserve a lot of credit for what the turnaround has been in Green Bay this year. No doubt about that.
Can I give a damn okay?
Yeah.
Do we have the song, Pete? If we're going to do it,
hold on. Pete, dim a little lettuce. He wasn't ready for this.
I've thrown everyone off here.
Pete, dim a little lettuce.
Looking for the track. You need to, you know what you need to do? Come out with a second track on Damn OK.
Okay, I will. I'll try to.
Original, and now we need like the remix version.
Well, one thing before you start it, LaFleur stole a few plays from Shanahan and what he did against Seattle. So you saw that. Like LaFleur, of course, comes from Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree. So, yeah, he probably saw that and goes, ooh, that makes sense to fit in our offense. He did that. Had a few tendency breakers. Yeah. I think, again, you know, to where, you know, hey, the Davante Adams, the last.
Don't talk about him yet.
Okay.
Because I want to play the music
Okay,
first.
fine.
Go for it, Kristen.
Damn. I'm okay. Damn. I'm okay. Yeah, no, I mean, yes, I'm okay. The legal gambleizing. Oh, baby. I am Chris Simms. I'm okay. Damn. Okay.
A player in the game that made me go, damn, okay. Knew he was good.
Yeah.
But showed up in a big spot.
Yes, he
did.
In
a big playoff game. Davante Adams.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, bald, really. Now,
and some good play design, like you were saying.
Good play design, but he's a really good player. You know, and maybe I don't give him enough credit sometimes. Sometimes I don't say he's like a game changer that way. Maybe I need to readjust my thought on that.
Really?
Yeah, because I think what I look at sometimes is I just go, I don't know if he's a game breaker to where you go, oh my gosh, we have to double him. Now, Seattle got out of their comfort zone. They doubled him a few times, which I give Seattle credit for. They usually don't do that type of stuff. But ultimately, yeah, he's talented, he's dependable, he's got a great connection and feel for Rodgers and Rodgers for him. And then you're right, some of the game plan plays. You know, they really did a good job. Hey, that last touchdown, okay? This is a play that Green Bay has run all year. It's play action pass by Aaron Rodgers. Jimmy Graham's running the deep cross. And all year, he's done this. He's run a deeper cross or like a post route over the top of it. He did what I just told you with Travis Kelce a little while ago. He went, put the brakes on and went out.
You don't think that was designed? You think that was
It was designed this
read?
time. This was designed. This wasn't like Kelce reading it. Instead, this was like LaFleur going, hey, we've run this play a lot, and you always do this. Let's do that this week. And Trey Flowers, who probably was told all week in scout team and covered it and saw it on film, he was running for that post like a bat out of hell. And then he stopped, and he couldn't stop. And all of a sudden, bam, he catches the ball with all that space, puts on the brakes again, cuts across the field, touchdown. That was a huge moment in the game. Huge. 21-10, and you're thinking, ooh, okay, here comes Seattle. Watch out. It's the third quarter. And Rodgers had the unbelievable third down throw to Jimmy Graham down the middle where he ran like the deep cross post. And then he had that throw right there that to me, that drive solidified the game, really. I mean, obviously it did. But that was a huge answer for a team that we know was starting to gain some momentum in Seattle.
We can't talk about this game without talking about the final 5 minutes there for Seattle.
Right.
So you had some really bad play. The Malik Turner drop.
Right.
On the last possession. That would have been a 15-yard gain in Packers territory.
The in cut coming over the middle, right?
That was bad.
Yep.
Green Bay's Preston Smith got that sack on third down to make it 4th and 11 from their own 36.
Right.
And then what I think, and now I'm coming off as Mr. Aggressive here on this whole podcast, but 4th and 11, you got 3 minutes left. You do have all your timeouts.
Right, and the 2-minute warning.
But you are punting to Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And I think it was a bad call. I think it was a bad call for Pete Carroll. And now, here's the cool thing about it is that you've got thousands of NFL games, and they run the numbers now of like, okay, the typical average team, if they go for it here, what are the chances they score? So they ran all those numbers, and it was funny. It made no difference on win expectancy, whether they punted right there or went for it.
That's
it was actually equal.
Wow.
They had the same chance of winning no matter what they chose to do right there.
Wow.
Which I think if given that information, if you're Pete Carroll, I think you probably do change your decision.
Maybe,
because I think you go, okay, so it's either equal, whether I stick with my guy in Russell Wilson or try to get a stop of Aaron Rodgers. Maybe I roll the dice with my own guy then.
Sure.
Instead of trying to stop the other guy.
Well, I'm actually shocked to hear that it's equal.
Really?
I am.
What would you have guessed?
I would have guessed that you would still had a better chance of winning with punting the ball than going for it on 4th and 11. I would have. Again, it's 4th and 11. The chances of converting that are not good. You've been stopped, the 2 drives before that? At least maybe 1 drive before that. Maybe that was a – but either way –
Say you don't get it, though, right? Okay. So they get the ball at the 36-yard line.
Right.
They're going to run. They're going to play conservative.
Right.
All right. Say they get 5. You hold. You need to stop anyway.
Yeah.
Whether you punt or give it up right there.
So now they kick the field goal and go up by 8.
48-yard field goal.
But who's to say on third down they don't run the play that they run to Davante Adams for 35 yards the next drive and then score a touchdown and the game's over?
Yeah. No, they could.
So to me.
But you also had the chance to convert on 4th and 11.
You're right.
Which is not a 0% chance.
No, it's not a 0% chance. And I know you got Russell Wilson and all those things, but so first off, the third down sack, right? Hey, tight end blocking Preston Smith. I love that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I drew the line there, guys. We're good this week. We got Preston Smith blocked. I drew a line and we crossed it and he's blocked.
You draw the line.
Oh, that's right. Jacob Hollister's not really a blocking tight end, and he's going against one of the best passers. Oh, that's right. There's humans involved here. It's not just an X and an O. So that was stupid.
I killed him.
I'm not totally. I agree. I would have punted. I just would have. Yes, I would have. First off, Green Bay hadn't scored since halfway through the third quarter. So they had made a number of stops at this point. And I think he's thinking, they're going to be a little conservative, and it's probably just going to come down to 1 third down throw, and he was hoping to get that stop. Now, they didn't. There's no other way to say it. And it actually got down to 2 third down throws.
Yeah.
The first one was the big game, the inside slot fade to Davante Adams. Guess what? They're playing man-to-man, and they can't play man. So that came back to bite them in the ass once again.
Ugo Amadi, the rookie 4th rounder, was on
from Oregon,
Adams.
right? Is that where he's from? I think he's from Oregon. But either way, yes. So there. And that was a great play by Rodgers, too. Not only the throw, again, which was pinpoint, the nuance of what he did. Anybody go back and watch that. He knew he was going there. He gets the snap, and he looks to his left because the safety was favoring Davante Adams in the deep middle of the field. But since he looked left and gave it a good look, the safety moved over about 5 yards, and then he came back and boom, threw the ball just right, and the guy, Davante Adams goes out of bounds, blah, 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 gets the first down, and then the next third down. The next third down, man-to-man again, okay? And Rodgers gets pressure. Bobby Wagner puts a hell of a move on the center. I mean, gives him the old, like, and goes around him. And Rodgers has to throw it, like, fading away with his feet in the air. And he throws it a little low to Jimmy Graham. Yeah, they got a favorable spot. I don't think he got to the first down. They got a favorable spot. But you couldn't really tell where the ball was and all that stuff, and they got lucky. So, yeah, they got lucky there. But, like, don't give me, like, I don't want to hear, like, that was the difference in the game. No. When the Packers got screwed over on the first drive of the game, the first play the Seahawks ran, Jacob Hollister fumbled. The Packers recovered it. And that was a bullshit call, too. So, again, I'm not going to look at those type of calls. The Packers won the game. They outplayed them. They did the right things.
Which is crazy to look back now at week 17 and that inch on the goal line between Seattle
Game
and
changer.
the 49ers.
Yeah.
Changed the fate of 49ers, of Green Bay, of Seattle.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy to look back at that and how things may have been different if Hollister gets one extra inch.
No doubt.
In the end zone.
I know. It is crazy. But I still think we got the 49ers were always the best team to me. And I think, hey, Saturday helped prove that a little more too.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.